This 1911 is so light, I thought it came out of a cereal box until I shot it. Bul Armory really said, let's make a 1911 so light that grandma can carry it. Well, that's if your grandma shoots like John Wick. Yep. Don't hide. All right, y'all, so we have the Bul Armory SAS Ultralight. I'm gonna call this the Gen 3 because I know that they came out with 2 previous models before this. But let's go ahead and run the first shots through here. That mag was not all the way in. I'm gonna start off safety. I love this shit. Good grip. I think my red dot may be a little off. All right, and we got slide lock. One thing I'm gonna say is I really like the mag well, the EDC mag well. Didn't mean to shoot that. This trigger is nuts. Right. Whoops. No more bullets. Okay, let's go ahead and test some accuracy. We are at 7 yards and we got one up top. Okay, we're gonna aim at the crotch, see what we can do. Yep, super low. I'm gonna show y'all these. I'll just keep going. Yeah, all right. Just wanna show y'all where I'm hitting. All right here. It's consistent, so it lets me know that it's not so much of me flinching, it's the dot. So, take the point of impact up a little bit. Remember when you're adjusting y'all's sights, point of impact, so that's where the bullet hits, not where you want the dot to go. I want it to go up, so I twisted it up. Okay, let's try it again. I don't know where that one hit. I really feel like a lot of them hitting the same hole. Yeah, 3 of them hitting the same hole. So we need to come over because I'm hitting low right, and yeah, typically I should be hitting low left, but that's 3 and 1, and then these 2 right here. So that just lets me know, yeah, it's kind of slightly off to the, so I need to take the dot over and probably up just a little bit, and we should be all right. Let's do one more. Same spot. All right, let's see. Oh, my bad. There we go. All right. I don't know where all those hit, but I know this new. I want to say these 2 are new, somewhere off in here. I don't know, but we should be good. All right, and there's already one right here in the dot, so let's go ahead and reload, and then we'll go ahead and go back to 10 yards. All right, man, these new mags are stiffer than a Catholic priest during Sunday school. All right, 10 yards. That was low and right. Also low and right. Also low and right. I don't know where that one went. Low and right. All right, so the last 2 right here, and then the first 3 were right here. I really don't like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, it's still a decent size, but I don't know, I don't like it. Let's do 15. Now, I'll do 10 again. Let's do 10 again. Screw it. Alrighty. Actually, I'm gonna do 10 again, but I'm gonna aim for the head this time. Super low and right. Low and right. That one hit the dot. Is that 4 or 5? Maybe 5? I don't know. That's 5. So this is where I'm hitting it. Like, it's not terrible, but I expect most of them to be right here. I don't know what happened there. But I'm aiming right here. So maybe it's the dot. I'm gonna adjust. I'm gonna make a couple adjustments, and then we're gonna take it to 25 and see what we can do with the head. Make the adjustments. Let's see what we can do. We got 5 in the head. I'm gonna aim for the head again. Let's see what happens. If y'all can hear that wind, my bad. All right. That was like low and right. I dropped one of those. I got excited. That was my bad. But it's like all of them was like low and right. I did drop one right in his trachea, but yeah, that's the one I dropped. But the rest of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 10 altogether. That's a pretty decent group. I mean, let me know. This size at 25 yards. So fisting. All right, double tap. The wind took those. There we go. Yo, you're gonna run out of ammo real quick. Yeah, oof. If you get you one of these. Yep. Left hand. I wonder, can we make it malfunction? We're gonna reload another mag and try to see if we can make it malfunction. All right, we got one up top. I noticed that the slides start to kind of like loosen up a little bit. Cause at first it was a little stiff, but now it's like, I mean, of course, obviously breaking it in, but let's see what we got. Should I like incorporate, did y'all like in like that other video how I was like shoot like a Canic boy? If you new to the channel, this is what I mean. All right, so if we gonna try to make it malfunction, first thing is shoot like a Canic boy. That's how they shoot. Double tap. I didn't mean to squeeze that one. But limp wrist, did this? The screw came out. Dirty bastard. Oh wait, the dot is off. I forgot. We back. Got him, coach. Left hand. Break yourself, fool. Oh yeah. Sheesh. All right, let's get some range what I change. Now we all know that like 1911s are known for their accuracy. So I expect to be pretty on with this. Now, granted, this is a red dot on here, so it's only gonna be as accurate as I can sight it in. Oh yeah, I missed. I'm like embarrassing myself. Wait, there we go. Yep, okay. So it's only gonna be as accurate as I wanna squeeze the trigger or as accurate as I can sight this red dot in. But like right now we at probably like about 75 yards, almost 100. Let's see, where we at? We probably got about A couple more. I do want to hit this bad boy walking backwards though. Better hit that subscribe button. All right, so 100 yards. And that's the thing, like, I don't know if y'all, or if y'all watch my videos or like watch towards the end or whatever while I do these tests, I always try to take it back and try to see what kind of distance we can get with these guns. Now, this is a 3¼ inch barrel. So for you to be that accurate, this, you know what I'm saying, with this size of a barrel is saying a lot. So let's, well, let me actually hit with this bad boy before I start talking. Shit. Nope. Yep. 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 Don't hide. Yep. So that just kind of goes to show you guys we are empty. The accuracy, and that's one of the biggest things like I love about these guns, bro. The trigger is like next level. So because it's so crisp and it's lighter, like it gives you less time to, like, you know what I'm saying, flinch as you anticipating that recoil. And with this mag well, man, but let's go load up a couple more mags and then I'll take y'all to my final thoughts. These bullets go quick, man. Oh, I forgot. I had one more. That should have been a double tap. All right, guys, so this is the mag that came with the ultralight, and there's 3 rounds. So as y'all already know, I had the 2nd generation. This was when they first came out with the 16 round mags. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know if this dot ain't on. I forgot I just took this root out. But does it work? Wait. Yes, it does. Alrighty, got locked back. Now, I don't want to get these confused. This is the mag that came with the 2nd gen. Put 3 rounds in there. Works, slide lock, and we are good. So y'all, we are going back to the house to talk about more so the Gen 3 and, like, you know, pros, the cons, the differences, and if it's worth upgrading. All right, y'all, we have made it back to the crib for our final thoughts on the Bul Armory Ultralight. I'm gonna call this one the Gen 3 because they have 2 previous models before this one. So yeah. Now, first time I picked this bad boy up, I realized that it was incredibly light. This is honestly lighter than my Glock 19 that I carry. It's like Bul Armory decided to make a gun that hit the gym but skip leg days. All upper body, but no real weight. Nah, but real talk, this thing is dope, man. We have really nice, sharp slide serrations. That was actually one of my favorite things that was an improvement on this gun that we'll talk about a little later. The actual frame to slide fit is nice and tight. This thing actually feels way more expensive than what I expected. And I'm talking about, I've shot $4,000, $7,000 guns, and this fits right up there with it. Now we're gonna go ahead and take it from the top. This is a double stack 1911, chambered in 9mm. Now that means that you basically get the class without having to break your wrist. The trigger is about 3.5 pounds, which ironically is heavier than the gun. And we have a fiber optic front, an extended beaver tail, and a skeletonized trigger. This thing is like dressed better than I am. Now this thing does live up to its name, ultralight, because it's definitely that. This thing is perfect for everyday carry. And with this thing boasting 16 rounds plus one up top, you could actually use this for home defense too. So that would pretty much make this like a multi-purpose gun. Now, as you guys know, I have the 2nd gen, and this is the new one. Now we're gonna talk about some of the differences that this thing has. First, starting with the grip. The grip is upgraded. This is more of like a skateboard type of texture on the newer gun versus this one is a little bit more plasticky, right? So I don't know if you guys can kind of see that difference. I'm gonna try to show it the best I can. Then on the front side too, as you guys can see, we have like that kind of like checkering, that spiky checkering on the newer one. And then of course, like I said, that kind of plastic grip kind of runs throughout the whole thing on the Gen 2. So another thing that you guys will see is that the slide serrations have been upgraded. The Gen 3 is a little bit more on the sharper side, and they're a little bit more pressed in. I definitely like this upgrade, and they get kudos for style points. Y'all let me know which one y'all will go with. Now there is nothing wrong with these though. Yeah, these work just fine. This slide, I didn't put like a lot of rounds through this bad boy, so the slide is a little bit more broken in. But yeah, not an issue. Now, one thing that I really noticed that kind of stood out to me is that they blacked out all of the like logos and like the etching and all that other stuff. I like that. This one, it's like in white, as you can see, which ain't really a big issue, but I really like that kind of like, you know, just kind of low pro, just kind of everything blends in. If you look and you will see it, but it doesn't like just really stick out, especially if we're talking about an everyday carry gun. I like everything to be all black and kind of black out all those logos. All right, so if we look at the barrel, so this has kind of like that bolt carrier group in an AR-15 type of look to save on weight, but the new one, it comes more so as a regular barrel. It has a little bit of a taper to it, but more so that's one of the biggest differences that I noticed like right off the bat. I'm assuming they did this because they actually make this in a ported model. So I'm assuming they did this to kind of probably help with that a little bit, but not too much of a difference. I mean, again, they pretty much weigh the same to me. Now, out of the factory, you get like this little lip on this one as well, but they also include a mag well. And that was like, y'all know, I love mag wells on my carry guns. It just kind of really forces your hand up between the trigger guard and that mag well, and it helps you with that recoil. And that's one thing I felt like that this one was missing, because I couldn't find a mag well, any aftermarket mag wells, nothing for it. This was actually perfect, and I love the way this thing shoots now because my hand is just kind of wedged in between that trigger guard and that mag well. Now with this Gen 2, as you'll see, it has like some silver accents to it, silver trigger, silver little beaver tail, safety. But this one is all black. They decided to kind of kick out the silver and just go with like an all black outside of the barrel. All right, so on the newer model, you will get window cuts on the slide. Now, if you get the pro version of this, it will actually come ported. But if you get the regular version, it'll still come with these window cuts. So this is a compact grip module. So this is going to be more EDC, concealed carry focused. So it's not gonna be as long as, let's just say, a full size. Crazy to think that, because it does hold 16 rounds plus one up top. So I think it's cool that they was able to get that mag capacity with the compact grip. Now they do have the BAO optic system, which is upgraded. So this new optic system is going to give you more stable and more reliable optic system, as well as it's going to be RMSC in the HoloSun K footprint. Now this thing does have a stainless steel one-piece guide rod just to help with performance and to be easier to break down. All right, now let's talk about shooting this thing, man. Shooting this thing was a dream. I really think this is going to be my next EDC. I actually got to train with it a little bit more to get used to, oh, let me show y'all my EDC setup. I almost forgot. EDC, yep, I got a holster for it. Carbon fiber holster for it. You know, so got that little snap to it. I did loosen it up just a little bit, just because it was a little stiff. It was a little stiff when trying to pull it out, so. But y'all let me know what y'all think about the carbon fiber setup. And of course I got a sidecar. So now I'm gonna put y'all up on game, because I could not find a Bul Armory specific holster for the gun. But I did use a Staccato C2 holster with T-Rex arms. That's who I went with. I don't know if y'all can see like the little dinosaur, but I went with the T-Rex arms holster and sidecar, and yeah, it worked out perfectly. Good retention, so I ain't gotta worry about too much. But yeah, everything fits. So this is going to be, you know what I'm saying, the EDC setup. When I'm shooting this gun, it shoots so smooth. The recoil impulse, especially with this mag well, it's very, very tameable, especially with this gun being, you know, all metal and everything. Now, even though I got the non-ported version, the recoil on this bad boy is smooth, man. It's like with the recoil, when it takes you back, it puts you right back where it needs to be. And a lot of times I don't even see myself losing the dot in the sight while I'm shooting. That's why I can shoot super fast with this thing. All right, so look at the trigger, man. Little bit of play, pops. All right, reset. Like crazy. And we're talking about like a 3.5 pound trigger. I don't like that we don't have a back sight, but I'm not really tripping off of it because it's just like, my point of aim is on point. So I know every time I point, I got that dot in my sight. So if anything were to happen and the dot were to go out, if anywhere between like 7 yards, but if anything were to happen and I'm within 7 yards, I can almost positively hit the shot. Now, we took this thing out for like a little range without change when we start shooting at 25, 50 yards. This thing performed excellent, man. Like, this is like the perfect setup. So y'all seen me shoot other guns and, you know, striker fires, I should say, and it'll take like, you know, I probably hit 5 out of 10 or, you know, 3 out of 5 or something like that. But with this one, I only missed 1 shot and I was just hitting them back to back to back to back. That's pretty much the difference between a premium gun and, you know, more so your budget entry-level striker fire guns. All right, now to talk about if you should upgrade or not. So if you should keep the oldie and get the newie. I think so. And this is why I'm gonna say this. 1, the magwell honestly sells me. It's definitely worth the upgrade. 2, the grip. Definitely worth the upgrade. 3, ports. Now, I'm not sure if you can port this one or not. And the only reason why I say that is just because of how the barrel is set up. So I'm not exactly too for sure if you can port that or what that would even look like, but I would kind of leave that to the pros. But I would think that would kind of maybe cause a little bit of issues or maybe be a little bit more challenging to port. But this one on the other hand is obviously you can port it because they sell a ported model. But yeah, man, I definitely think that this thing is worth the upgrade. I definitely have to put a few more rounds through this thing just to kind of loosen up that recoil spring because like compared to like super, like I didn't put some rounds through this thing. So that's all it's gonna take for me to put a few more rounds through it. But I think with this one, I wanna try to hit like maybe 1,000 rounds before I actually start to carry it. I think this is gonna be my new EDC, man. I just gotta work out, you know, work out the draws and stuff like that and just try to see how everything lines up. But I think this is definitely going to be my new EDC. Now, for people looking for a more affordable option, this isn't gonna be your gun, right? Now, we talking about like through all the 2011s, okay, cool. Yeah, we can say that. Like this is gonna be your more affordable option. But if you're looking for a $1,000 gun, this isn't gonna be it. But you're definitely gonna get what you pay for. I don't know if I mentioned this 3¼ inch barrel. So me hitting 100 yards with a 3¼ inch barrel says a lot. Now, who is this for? This is gonna be for my Gucci boys, right? This is gonna be for my guys that's gonna put $1,200 into a Glock. But this is gonna be for somebody that wants a 1911 that doesn't want to put a brick on their hip. And I do wanna show you guys the difference between the mags. So now this is a Staccato mag. And I want y'all to see like how the like lips of this kind of flare outward versus this one that's inward. So from my understanding, that helps the gun be a little bit more reliable when like, you know, chambering and cycling rounds. And the last thing I would try to say that I don't like about this gun is the follow-up shots. The follow-up shots are fast, they're clean, and it's smooth. So that's gonna make you run through a lot of ammo, man. So y'all just keep that in mind. As y'all noticed in this video, I probably went through about 300, 350 rounds shooting this gun, you know, the first take, which is typically more than I typically do. I try to stick to like 250, but it's really easy to go through ammo when you shooting this gun. So just keep that in mind. Y'all can't say I did not warn y'all. But this is like an ammo black hole. So just so you guys know, all right? But y'all, no malfunctions. Everything works smooth. I have no complaints. On a scale from 1 to 10, I'm giving this, I'll say a 9.5. The only reason why I'm giving it a 9.5 is because I want to port it. I really want to port this gun, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you guys hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Let's get it.